Hello guys, welcome back. Now today, I'm going to be ranking my top 5 prospects from the Montreal Canadiens. Now, the Montreal Canadiens prospect pool is one of the best in the entire NHL, with a ton of fantastic prospects to choose from. But which prospects make my top 5, and which Montreal prospect do I think is the best one? Watch till the end to find out. And looking at Montreal's prospect pool, it's easy to see how it is so highly touted and why it is such a good prospect pool. With so many fantastic prospects to choose from, honestly, assembling the top 5 was one of the hardest things of all time. Jumping straight into it, and at number 5, my 5th best Montreal Canadiens prospect, I have Caden Premo. He is a goaltending prospect at age 19, 6'3", 198 pounds, American-born prospect who was drafted 199th overall back in the 2017 NHL draft. And when it comes to Premo, he is one of the best goaltending prospects in the entire NHL right now. And while Montreal obviously doesn't need a replacement for Carey Price right now, he will be a starter in NHL someday, whether it's with Montreal or a different team. Premo has had a dominant last couple of years with Northeastern University, posting up big numbers, and this past season was the same thing. Ended up playing 36 games, getting a 2.09 goals against average and a .933 save percentage. In the U20 World Juniors this past season with Team USA, he stepped up big time, playing 5 games, getting a 1.61 goals against average and a .936 save percentage. Well, obviously Montreal is very good when it comes to goaltending. Caden Premo is an excellent asset to have, and having a 7th round pick that comes this good and has this much value is absolutely fantastic. And for Caden Premo to be a top 5 prospect, goalie prospect for the Montreal Canadiens, with the prospect pool they have, is very impressive and shows how good he has been in the last couple of years. Advancing on to number 4, and for my 4th best Montreal Canadiens prospect, I have Josh Brooke. Defensive prospect at age 20 right now, 6'1", 192 pounds, Canadian-born prospect who was drafted 56th overall by Montreal back in the 2017 NHL draft. And when it comes to Josh Brooke, I think he's the premier defensive guy for Montreal. He's the best defensive prospect in that class that has a lot of great defensive prospects. And for Montreal, again, their defense can use some work, but Josh Brooke, if he becomes that next NHL defenseman, will be a great fit for them. In the WHL this past season, he ended up playing 59 games, getting 16 goals, 59 assists for 75 points. In the U20 World Juniors with Team Canada, ended up playing 5 games, getting 2 assists for 2 points. He also played some AHL games towards the end of the year with Laval Rocket, playing 7 games and getting 1 assist towards his name. And when it comes to Josh Brooke, again, he has so much potential in this league. A guy that was a 2nd round pick has turned out pretty well up to this point. And for Montreal, again, they needed that next defenseman. After guys like Shea Weber and Jeff Petrie start to go past their prime, they're going to need guys like Victor Mete and now Josh Brooke to really step up. And I think it will happen. Josh Brooke has the potential, and so far in the last couple of years, kind of like Caden Premo, has made excellent strides to becoming an NHL regular. Advancing into the top 3 from Montreal, and we got the top 3 forwards being Nick Suzuki, Caufield, and Ryan Poehling still on the board. And between these 3 guys, it was so hard to decide. You can go any which way, and it wouldn't even be that much of a problem because they're all so close and all so good. But at number 3, my 3rd best Montreal Canadiens prospect, I have Ryan Poehling. He's a center prospect at age 20. He is 6'2", 185 pounds, American-born prospect who was drafted 25th overall back in the 2017 NHL draft. And when it comes to Poehling, he got that big 1 NHL game where he got 3 goals on the board, and that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Poehling. This past season in the NCAA, he ended up playing 36 games, getting 8 goals, 23 assists for 31 points. With the U20 World Juniors Team USA team, ended up playing 7 games, getting 5 goals, 3 assists for 8 points, and being almost an American hero at points during that tournament too. He also played that 1 NHL game, that notorious 1 NHL game, where he got 3 goals at the end of the season, which was just fantastic. Absolutely dominated that game, and for a first NHL game, getting a hat trick, that ain't bad. I'm personally a big fan of what Poehling brings, especially in the NHL someday. I'm not sure if he has that first-line potential, but I think he can be a fantastic second-line center if needs be. Has solid defensive capabilities, but overall offensively is an absolute dynamo and can bring that. We saw that in the World Juniors. We saw that quite a bit in the NCAA in the past couple of years. And for Montreal, they got another fantastic center prospect that will be a big impact player. Advancing into the top 2, where we have Nick Suzuki and Caufield, 2 excellent prospects. And deciding between these two prospects is honestly a headache because they were both so fantastic, and it's like picking between your favorite children at this point. But at number 2, my second best Montreal Canadiens prospect, I have Nick Suzuki. He's a center prospect at age 19, 5'11", 183 pounds, Canadian-born prospect, drafted 13th overall by the Vegas Golden Knights back in the 2017 NHL draft. And Nick Suzuki, since 2017, has lived up to the hype. He's made his way in the OHL, and right now looks to make a big impact in either the AHL or the NHL next season. This past season in the OHL, he was an absolute monster, playing 59 games, getting 34 goals, 60 assists for 94 points. That regular season is good, but the playoffs were even more monstrous, playing 24 games with the Guelph Storm, getting 16 goals, 26 assists for 42 points. Also played with Team Canada in the World Juniors, playing 5 games and getting 3 assists too. But when it comes to Nick Suzuki, the playoffs is what is most exhilarating of him, because 42 points, not a lot of prospects are able to do that, and even at age 19, that is very, very impressive. And when it comes to Nick Suzuki, again, the offense is one of the best in the league prospect-wise. He's a center that can be a first-line guy if he does pan out right. And for Montreal, a team that already has a lot of centers right now, that's pretty good news. Now, advancing on to number 1, and because I already revealed number 2, you know exactly who it is. My first overall best Montreal Canadiens prospect I have is Cole Caufield. And when it comes to Montreal, they got themselves a gem at 15th overall. And while it is very, very close, I think he is the best prospect of their class right now. Now, he is a right-wing prospect, age 18, 5'7", 163 pounds, American-born prospect, again, drafted at 15th overall in the 2019 NHL draft, which again, still surprised me. I still don't know why Cole Caufield really dropped that low. There's no real explanation. The only explanation for Montreal is that it's a good one, and they're very lucky to have him. Now, Cole Caufield proves he's a top 10 prospect by some of the stats that he puts up last season. In the USDP, he played 64 games, getting 72 goals, 28 assists for 100 points. In the USHL, he played 28 games, getting 29 goals, 12 assists for 41 points. With the Team USA team of the U18 World Juniors, he played 7 games, getting 14 goals, 4 assists for 18 points. And I like Nick Suzuki quite a bit. I like Ryan Poehling quite a bit. But when it comes to Cole Caufield, I think he was one of the better prospects in that draft. Had no business going almost outside the top 15. But Montreal sneaking him up in number 15 is probably the steal of the draft. And in just a short couple of years, we'll see exactly why. There was a little bit of speculation of where Cole Caufield will play next season, but it's going to be in the NCAA with Wisconsin. That is the most likely bet right there. And I don't really see him playing for any other team. Maybe the Montreal Canadiens goes for a little bit of time there, maybe the first couple of games, but I think he will go for Wisconsin and the NCAA for the most of that season. And we'll get to see what Cole Caufield is really made of. 5'7", 160 pounds. You know, he doesn't have the greatest stature in NCAA. It will definitely challenge him. So we'll see what the real Cole Caufield is made of, but I think he'll definitely succeed in the NCAA. It might not take his first year, but after that, he could be an NHL regular as soon as the year after next season. For Montreal, I also wanted to point out some other prospects that just missed the top 5 that are definitely worth noting, and Montreal has a lot of them. The first guy being Alexander Romanov, a guy that probably would be number 6 if I did a top 6 ranking. Absolutely fantastic, had an amazing World Juniors, and it could be a top 4 guy in their future. You also got Cale Fleury, who was solid in the AHL this season. Jesse Yellen, who in the Liga is still developing. You got Jaden Struble, who they got in this past 2019 NHL draft, who is very, very solid too. You got Matthias Norlander, same situation, 2019 NHL draft, very solid defenseman too. Jacob Olofsson, who has a little bit of development time, still has a lot to go though. You also have Cam Hillis, who has had big strides as of late, and you also got Alan McShane in the OHL, who has done big things, especially in the last year. Of every single one of these top 5 rankings of prospect pools, I'm going to give everybody a grade of offense, defense, and goaltending from A+ all the way down to F. Going on to the first category, that being offense, and I gave the Montreal Canadiens an A straight. And Montreal has so many weapons to choose from. In that top 3, obviously, you got Poehling, Nick Suzuki, Cole Caufield, excellent guys, and even the depth shows up quite well. Now moving on to the defense, and I gave Montreal an A-. They have a lot to work with. Josh Brooke, you obviously got Alexander Romanov, Cale Fleury, Matthias Norlander, Jaden Struble. They're pretty set defensively in their prospect pool too. And moving on to goaltending, I gave them an A for that too. When it comes to goaltending, you can't get too much better than Caden Premo, at least prospect pool wise, and obviously they have Carey Price, who will be the starter for them for years to come still. Caden Premo is a great option to have, and honestly an asset that every NHL team would love to have. But of course, with this video, I need to hear your guys' thoughts down in the comments down below. So of course, the question on you, what do you think about my top 5 Montreal Canadiens prospects? What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? Let me know down in the comments. And of course, the question on you, do you agree with my prospect grades on the offense, defense, and goaltending? If you guys want some more Grav videos just like this one, you can click on this card right here to watch my video on my top 5 NHL teams with the brightest futures. That'll be it for today, guys. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell if you haven't already. Again, comment down below your thoughts on my top 5 Canadiens prospects and the prospect grades, and if you agree and disagree with them, and I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Goodbye.